The end is important in all things.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we live? Welcome back to our Creepypasta performance, and I'm still in the clown mask. I quite like the reaction it gives. Okay, alright, insane laughter aside, today we've got another story for you, and it's called Handbook for the Study of the Unknown. Is it good? Is it bad? We don't know, but we're gonna read it for you. Here we go. Handbook for the Study of the Unknown by Professor V.I. Hayworth. Chapter 1. Beginning Precautions. There is an eternal problem that plagues those of us drawn to the study of darkness. No, it is our innate humanity. Yes, for to the creatures of darkness, human is synonymous with prey. For the average citizen, this is no trouble because of a defense mechanism which has stood over us in good stead over thousands of years, and there is no doubt it is the reason that humans exist anymore at all. It is our ability to block from our consciousness all those things which are out of the ordinary. For all those supernatural threats are far from the ordinary, and to a one, they can only sense what senses them first. It is like being in a different dimension, really. You can only see that which is in your dimension or a lower dimension, never a higher one. Now, it is the awareness of them that tempts and attracts them, like the motion of a mouse's tail which attracts the cat. My dear, please.
These facts make the study of these creatures all the more perilous for those of us who take up the cause. Due to the rarity of humans who notice them, much less seek them out, we glow to them like beacons in the night. While there is no way to block out the light of our awareness, there is a way to disguise our human natures and thus be able to continue our studies in relative safety. Before you begin learning in earnest, however, it is vital that you perform this ritual to keep yourself safe on your journeys. It will also grant you certain powers which you will find invaluable as you continue forward.
I see, I see, I see. First, you must summon one of them. It is imperative that you select something small and weak, so that it does not overwhelm you. I recommend minor shades if there are no children in your household, as they are simple to control. And to summon them requires only a small creature such as a mouse to distract them from attacking you. However, if a child is present in the home, they will ignore all other living beings and attack them exclusively. For this reason, despite the relatively higher risk, full shades are preferable in households with children. Now, this ritual will require a sacrifice of your blood to keep them from attacking, but it is well worth it. Now, I have included the summoning rites for both the end of the main ritual. I have included the summoning rites for both rituals at the end of the main ritual. Simply use the one appropriate to your situation. Now, before you summon your shade, you will need to take a bath containing the following: 1 cup of sea salt, preferably dead sea salt if you can get it. Then 3 drops of myrrh, 1 spoonful of dragon's blood powder, which is actually a resin product, 1 handful of leaves or needles from the tree most common in the place where you were born, preferably red and gathered from around your childhood home. And you will need to soak in this for about half an hour. Then towel off with a clean, new towel and put on clean, black clothing that has never been worn before, even to try it on. Go to a place where you will not be disturbed, and make precautions such as locking doors and closing windows to preclude intrusion or escape.
Take a stick of a white chalk and inscribe on the floor a circle large enough for you to lay down in it with your arms and legs stretched out. Draw within this first circle the summoning sigils for the shade you decide upon. Scribe another circle around this, about 6 inches larger, and fill it with various protective runes, and another circle around this, which should be large enough for you to stand comfortably in. This you should leave blank. Now, douse all light save for a single candle placed on a shelf or table to the north of your circles. Place the blood or mouse at the southernmost part of the inner circle. Also be sure to place a broom in the circle.
Stand in the innermost ring. Sorry. My apologies, I will take over here. Hello, fence cat. Stand in the outermost ring of your circle. At no point during the summoning part of this ritual should you ever leave this ring. You should especially not cross the protective ring till you are sure you want to complete the ritual. At this point, you should proceed with summoning your shade. Once it manifests and is preoccupied with mouse or blood, observe it for a bit, its motions and attributes. You must decide now whether or not you wish to continue. If you do not, step across the protective ring into the center with the shade. If you do not, step out and turn out the lights, banishing the shade. Beware, however, if you choose to back out now, for this shade knows you, and is likely to lurk in the shadows of your home, and it will pose quite a danger if you are unwary.
If you haven't decided to continue, stand at the north point of your circle, between the shade and candle. Cast your shadow over the shade, and chant the following. Umbra, Phasma, Ater, Animus, Phasmatis, Ater, Atrum, Universus.
Continue to chant it repeatedly. Notice that the shade and your shadow are now starting to combine. The delineation between them is softening, the shape shifting. At this point, the shade will begin to struggle. Pay no heed and keep going. If it breaks away now, it will devour you. Keep chanting until it struggles no more, and your shadow has settled back into its normal shape, though it will seem darker now. You will feel a desire now to go finish eating the mouse or drinking the blood. Do so, as it will further cement your bond.
Now you will find that you can no longer cross the protective symbols. Use the broom to sweep through enough of them away to open the circle and go blow out the candle. The darkness will no longer keep you from seeing. From now on, the creatures of the shadow will see you, but they will not notice your humanity. You will be able to see in the darkness, but the light will burn your eyes if you do not protect them. You will be able to go unnoticed in crowds, especially at night.
However, there are a few cautions I must give you. If you summoned a minor shade, you should avoid spending prolonged time in the company of children, lest the hunger of your phantasmal partner overwhelms you. If you summoned a full shade, it is advisable to avoid blood when in polite company, because you will have an overwhelming urge to drink it. In either case, the only food that will tempt your appetite anymore will be meat, raw and fresh, preferably still living. I found keeping mice and rats to be very satisfactory, and I highly recommend you do the same. Please tell them about the summoning rituals.
To summon a minor shade, you will need one mouse in a small cage. Then draw lines radiating from the center of the inner circle, 13 in all, alternating between capping them, each with a circle and an arrowhead, until you get to the last one, which should point to the mouse. This you should cap with a box and place the mouse cage within it. Pick up the candle and put your hand between it and the inner circle, casting a shadow on the floor in the middle of the summoning sigils. Walk counterclockwise 3 times around the circle, attempting to keep the shadow in about the same spot. Chant the following as you circle. Aliquantalis umbra adestum. You should see, as you circle, a small shape coming out of the cast shadow. Complete the 3 full circles, then stop and hold absolutely still until the creature has fully emerged and follows the line up to the mouse. Continue the ritual as outlined above.
To summon a full shade, on the other hand, do the following. You will need 1 bowl, 1 knife sharp enough to cut you. Draw a rough shape of a human being on the floor within the inner circle. Mark the head with a circle, the hands with triangles, the feet with rectangles, and the center with a 9-pointed starburst. Place the empty bowl within the circle at the head. Pick up the candle in your left hand, standing with your right hand toward the circle. This should cast your shadow on the floor in the middle of the summoning sigils. Walk clockwise 3 times around the circle, beginning and ending before the bowl. Chant the following repeatedly as you walk. Grandis umbra adestum. You should see, as you circle, a large shape coming out of your cast shadow. Complete the full 3 circles, then stop and hold absolutely still till the creature has fully emerged and flows up the line toward your empty bowl. It will then rise till it stands as tall as you. Do not speak to it, and if it speaks, do not respond. Look deeply into the spot where its eyes glow red. Cut your hand, holding it into the circle just enough for the blood to drip into the bowl. Once the creature bends to drink, proceed with the ritual as outlined above. And be very careful, my dear friends. A wrong step, and you might end up just like me. We hope you've enjoyed this ritual, so please don't forget to pledge to us on Patreon. Like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.